Welcome to this edition of the LucidQuest Neuroscience Strategic Roundup, covering developments from July 21st through August 25th, 2026. The defining story of the period was the shift from broad CNS innovation toward a more selective contest over which mechanisms can meaningfully change treatment paradigms. Across neuroscience, novelty is becoming less important on its own, while clinical differentiation, evidence quality, delivery, and treatment positioning are becoming more decisive. 4 themes stood out during this reporting period. The first was the emergence of mechanism-based market segmentation in narcolepsy. Takeda's approval of Orzifil validates OX2R agonism as a disease-linked strategy in narcolepsy type 1, while Lundbeck's LU-AH69593 and Axsome's AXS12 point to competition across both orexin-based and symptom-specific approaches. Strategically, this could create a more segmented treatment landscape, shaped by mechanism, symptom profile, and patient need. What remains uncertain is whether orexin agonism becomes a treatment backbone or one component of a layered market. A second theme was the rising threshold for differentiation in ADHD and schizophrenia. Symtrio's approval in ADHD, continued development of solramfetol, and emerging muscarinic and other approaches in schizophrenia are widening pharmacological choice. But as mechanistic diversity increases, novelty becomes a weaker competitive claim. Developers increasingly need to demonstrate practical advantages in efficacy, tolerability, convenience, functional outcomes, or patient selection. The key question is which mechanisms can establish a sufficiently clear treatment role to change prescribing behavior. The third theme was the growing strategic importance of CNS delivery. Early intranasal programs, including filarlimab in multiple system atrophy and NEO100 in recurrent high-grade glioma, suggest that route of administration may become part of the therapeutic value proposition when conventional delivery limits CNS exposure or tolerability. Biomarkers may help establish early biological activity, but the evidence remains preliminary. Larger datasets will be needed to determine whether these approaches translate into reproducible clinical benefit. The fourth theme was regulatory evidence increasingly separating promising science from viable late-stage programs. The negative FDA Advisory Committee vote on Deramiocel and MapLight's portfolio prioritization both reinforce the importance of indication selection, endpoint relevance, and disciplined evidence generation. Unmet need can accelerate development interest, but it does not remove the requirement for persuasive clinical evidence. Regulatory tolerance for directionally positive but incomplete datasets remains important to watch. Looking ahead, we will be watching early positioning of Orzifil and how competing narcolepsy mechanisms fit into treatment algorithms. We will also be monitoring whether new ADHD and schizophrenia therapies demonstrate practical differentiation, whether intranasal CNS programs validate their early signals, and how regulators approach mixed or non-traditional evidence packages. The key takeaway is that neuroscience competition is increasingly shifting from mechanism discovery to strategic differentiation. Future market positioning will depend on whether mechanism, evidence, delivery, and clinical utility combine to create a clear and defensible role in treatment. Thank you for joining this edition of the LucidQuest Strategic Roundup. For more healthcare market intelligence and strategic analysis, visit www